Welcome back to Common Ground with Alikai and Rusty. And
Episode 4.
Number 4. That's right. It's amazing. Actually, I can't believe there's already been 4.
Yes.
So we want to just get back into our weekly dialogue that we'll have with each other, kind of figuring out what each other have to say about current events, things like that. Or maybe even other things as well that always mix into current events and just our lives. Because I personally like to talk about life and what other people are going through, or have gone through, and
a little mix of everything from politics to skateboarding to some religion to some fatherhood, and just a little mix of everything. Life for everybody. I think that's the goal. Is weekly try to give you guys just maybe something topical, what's going on too. Could be something that we want to talk about. Or for instance, like I say, first things Rusty. Oh, good to see you. I don't know if I should be doing that right now in this.
Of course, I shouldn't wipe my face now.
You probably shouldn't. I did wash my hands right when I got out of the bathroom, but hey,
well.
I think something that we might be talking about this week is a continuation of last week. If you watched our episode, which we
having to do with coronavirus.
Yes. What are you thinking right now this week, Rusty? Because it definitely went from last week at a place
to now
where
Italy being shut down.
Yeah. Tom Hanks, everybody. You hear the news right now?
No, what happened
Tom
to Tom
Hanks and his wife have officially been quarantined. They have the coronavirus as of right now.
Oh, right on.
Trump also just banned, actually today put a ban on...
It has coronavirus?
No, he put a ban on all European travel right now with a guaranteed quarantine that just popped up. He did that tonight.
Really?
He just put a full travel ban on all European travelers.
So what about goods coming from China and
that's
things
already
like
on hold
that?
too. It's going to affect
affect
everything right now. There's going to be a quarantine for all products.
So they think that the virus can actually travel on plastic and things like that.
I don't know. I don't know if it's. I think it's because the production is stopped.
Okay, well that would make more sense.
Not necessarily because of the product.
But if your product was already shipped,
then you should already be coming in.
I mean, because I'm expecting an instrument from China. Actually.
Well, I'm in the cell phone industry.
All selfish here.
No, I agree.
What about that coronavirus? Well, is it going to affect my shipment?
It wouldn't. I think if it's already off, it's already off. But for instance, I'm in the cell phone world, and once we get all the phones that are out. Then nobody's going to be sitting there making phones because they're quarantined.
So I did hear about that. Yeah, I heard that the Apple, place that makes the cameras for the Apple phone, and there were some other major. Well, a lot of stuff comes out of China.
A lot of product and components and parts and pieces that we don't realize that they're just making.
I can't remember the companies that were affected, but I remember Apple being one of them, like a big one. Whoa! All right, so they're gonna put these out, and then.
Yeah.
But
so
you know what? That's fine too. I mean, who needs another Apple phone?
You're right, but on the other side of it, we are a capitalist industry that runs on trying to get people for the company to move on to the next phone. So I mean, it's a double-edged sword because they do need that to get you to buy it, and if it doesn't exist, then they sit there to stand still. So I mean,
this whole thing, I have been actually, well, I don't know how stoked I am yet, but I will say what I have not been stoked about as far as our throwaway economy. You know how you were just saying, well, we need to get the new product in, and it continues to roll over and over. So in the pool industry.
Sure. Okay.
So I've noticed that the throwaway economy has worked its way up into the high dollar items now.
Okay.
So heaters, for instance. A heater, when I first got into doing pools, there was 5 things that could go wrong with a heater, and you just took your little electrical thing and checked, is my voltage good here to here? Okay, it's good, go to the next one. Oh, it's bad. And I was working on heaters in the 90s, like mid to late 90s to early 2000s, that were from the 60s. And they would still work. You just had to replace one of the 5 things, you know. Oh, the temperature sensor's bad, or the pressure switch has gone out after 20 years and it's no longer giving enough pressure to allow the thing to ignite and allow the current to go through the little deal. I mean, you had a standing pilot that had this, it's called a thermistor, and the flame would hit this thing and create electrical current, right? To go through it, which would run your electrical current going through everything else. But the things ran forever. Forever.
So
and nowadays,
you're saying the product's inferior?
Nowadays, I'm saying that these products, they say, oh, they're highly efficient. Highly efficient for the gas, but then you're having to replace it every 3 to 5 years. The entire heater. How efficient is replacing the entire heater as opposed to a couple parts?
Well, have you ever used the plumbing in New York with the new safety water?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So a lot of the plumbing in New York, especially since it's high, but they installed like to kind of to reduce extra water use. It's kind of it gave it less water, and it's supposed to be able to use it at a lower level.
Kind of like our low flush toilets.
Yeah.
Like
but I mean, they really, the ones over there are really bad because you end up flushing like 4 or 5 times,
right?
You know, and then you kind of get to
does
your
it
point,
cause
like at what
problems
point
in the sewer?
That might too, but
because
it really. But I look at it like, at what point, if I flush so many times that it doesn't equal me just going, I could have had one big flush of the original toilet. You know
to make
what I mean?
It work.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, exactly.
So
versus,
do you remember
I don't know.
when Los Angeles was having a lot of water main breaks?
Maybe within the 2000s, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like UCLA kind of flooded there. Yeah,
UCLA flooded.
Yes.
So there was a bunch of water main breaks all at the same time. And what those wound up getting attributed to was a low flush toilet. Because the sewer systems were built with a pitch like this that would handle a larger amount of water flow to go through and make everything flush down with it. Well, when you reduce the amount of water, all of a sudden that pitch doesn't work anymore, right? Because it's less water and it's not making everything go down. So if you had a lower amount of water, you'd have to make those pipes do this in order for that lower volume of water to flush that stuff through. But since everything was built on standards of having more water go through, we started seeing buildups and water main breaks and all those things going on in the sewer.
I didn't know that. I knew it was bad plumbing. I mean, it was old. I just
Yeah, it was old, but it was built for different water
I didn't
ratios.
Know that. I didn't know that. Yeah.
You know, and then all of a sudden you think, oh, I'm taking care of one problem, but then you're creating another, right? So that's one of those unintended.
So I guess it would work if they just would have to redo the pipes.
They would
and prepare for what they're going to be doing of the lower.
Yes, exactly.
But they're not going to do that because they cost money.
Well, right, and it's all under. You're talking major digging things up and.
Well, I mean, just because I think, especially in the 80s, there was such a drought. It's like, for when they were that's what was going on. It's like, they probably had to think of something like that. It's probably started changing,
in the 2000s, right? When they actually mandated you have to get the toilets that only flush this much. I can't remember. I
bet you remember though. In the 80s, though, it was like there was some pretty big droughts going on. Like,
oh, for sure. There's been droughts in California for a long while.
Oh, I know, but that just for some reason, like I remember that one as one of those ones where the levels were so low, and it just was like even movies were based around stuff like that in the 80s, kind of around like Lethal Weapon and stuff like that.
Oh, are you talking like that and what was the one with the The black chick.
Even Predator 2 was in LA was all crazy and hot, but no. Yeah, I believe.
They were. Remember, they were gonna drain the lake. It was was it A View to a Kill? No, not like that. It was like a
James Bond. You mean
the James Bond movie
in LA?
No, it wasn't LA. It was like Nevada or something. But it had to do with
Sean
the water.
Connery one though, right? Or Roger Moore?
Roger Moore.
Okay.
It had Grace Jones in it.
That was the San Francisco one with not Willem Dafoe, but
okay, so it was San Francisco.
Was it Willem Dafoe? I think it was Willem Dafoe, right?
Might have been.
It's either him or Rutger Hauer. I think it was Willem Dafoe. It is because they're in the blimp over the Golden Gate Bridge at the very end, and that's where they have their big battle off a blimp.
Yeah, they.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah,
right. Yes.
View to a Kill, maybe.
I think it might have been A View to a Kill.
Okay.
So, but it had to do with water.
Yes.
Right? And the whole thing with he was gonna have the monopoly on it.
Didn't Beverly Hills Cop? Didn't that have something to do with it too?
A monopoly on water?
No, just something to do with the water in LA during that time, like around something to do around the droughts of LA or something. I don't know. I feel like LA, like in the 80s, I just felt like for some reason growing up there was like, that was a decade that really, and then we got some good rain after that in the 90s, and then it kind of like leveled some stuff off, and then it went back and do it in like the well, because I do in the 2000s, early 2000s, there were some major fires down there that I even for work I couldn't go to work a couple times.
So have you noticed too that when the droughts happen and they're saying, oh, such and such a reservoir is super low, that they just let all the water out of it, and then
I've never heard really that the reservoirs were low because of a fire, but I haven't heard of that.
No, not because of fire.
I thought you said
for who knows what reason, these things, like the LA River, just lets out a grip of water all the time. Like it needs to, it's dirty and whatever, but I mean, they recycle.
Well, the LA River goes all the way down. Do you mean like is a lake part of it? You mean are you talking about?
Well, they have. Because
I mean,
they have reservoirs along the way.
You mean well, not for the LA River, which is goes all the way under the 10, the 405 right there.
Right.
I mean that part you can follow all the way down, but but I know there's some stuff up top, right?
Yes, there are reservoirs that do collect water off of the quote LA River.
Okay.
But they continue. Why does all that water just get let go? You know.
Well, didn't they? And I saw in LA though, because the actual reservoirs they've been actually using these PVC balls that they dump in there to kind of from stuff from the evaporation. So I mean they do already kind of.
Yeah, and that had to do something with bacteria too, didn't it?
I don't know about I thought it was evaporation, but it could. I don't want to say. I don't want to say you're wrong. I thought it was trying to keep it from dissipating.
I saw that video where.
Yeah, they dumped a bunch of black balls in there, right?
Yeah, exactly. I saw that one, and they were talking about the LA Reservoir. They had the officials come out and talk about it and how.
So that's what I was thinking. That's like those were separate than the LA River, but I mean I guess it all makes sense. It all collects
connected.
It all collects off of that. So, but they are. It looks like they are trying to save some of it, though.
Yeah, it's just a whole thing with when these different reservoirs get drained, and
well, that I mean too, though. If you like, I mean, as a skateboarder, I mean, it's gone around a lot of LA and even for work, and I know you've probably been there a lot too. It's pretty dirty, though, dude. Yeah, that's pretty fire.
Oh yeah, it's
a pretty dirty river, dude.
It's dirty. Well, that's what they say too about all of our water, that it has all these drugs in it.
Well, the fish do too. Yeah. A lot of the
pee it out and it gets recycled, and there it is. There's all kinds of pharmaceuticals in our water already.
I've heard the exact same thing.
Right.
They definitely are finding like a lot of estrogen and stuff too, and like no, I mean, but it makes sense.
That's why I filter my water.
That makes sense, dude. We that you're 100% right. Everybody's on shit nowadays, dude. Like the doctors put them on everything, and they're pissing it all out.
Oh yeah,
and it's going into everything.
Dude, my dad is on probably 10 different meds. It's ridiculous. He has meds for his meds, quite literally.
Yeah.
And I'm getting off of this one, or I'm getting off.
Does he got the diabetes?
It's like,
you got the beaties?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, that's good,
actually,
dude.
my father is
That's
in
good. No diabetes.
really good health for as long as he's been on drugs and all the drugs that he's been taking.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Is he good because of the drugs, or the drugs because of the game?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's good. How old's your dad?
He is 74, I believe. He'll be 75.
Well, to kind of wrap this back into what we're talking about, like, I mean, even just any virus going on right now, like your dad is like my mom's in the same age. I mean, that's who we.
They don't want it.
That's that's who we just need to worry about more and stuff like that. Regardless if this is like something we can control or not control, there's just so much that we like. It's really our parents that.
Yeah.
You know that we need to worry about.
Or the children, or this or that.
I think they have
Although
a better.
I was hearing some different stuff today.
I think children have the best chance, and I don't know if you watched that Rogan one just recently with the doctor.
Oh, the viral specialist.
Yeah,
I heard that.
It was really good, but he brought it up, and I heard from a couple other ones that the kids seem to be, even if they do get it, they seem to work through it a lot faster.
They don't. The children
even show
don't
signs.
catch it as much as
Yeah.
what I was hearing is that there's
So
some sort
it's
of
our parents
thing
we really
that,
need to worry about. It's that 65
17 and under is a very low percentage.
Yeah. I mean, and then we have a better percentage of getting it, but still fighting it off pretty good. It's our parents, like I said. I mean that's and I mean what's going on with the toilet paper and the water and Pharrell people, dude? What are you people doing right now?
I went to go get toilet paper. I had
just a normal day to get toilet paper too, right?
Exactly. I needed toilet paper because I was down to my last roll that was on the thing.
Not hoarded, just need another roll.
Right, I just needed another roll to do some cleaning. I mean, I still do have wipes, but I don't just want to use wipes for the entire thing. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta. That's to lay down the work, and then you gotta dry it up a little bit. You use a wet rag before you use the dry rag, right?
That's right. Or you use the dry one, then the wet one, and then you use the dry one again.
Then yeah. That's when you're like, you notice you needed the wet one. You're like, oh, whoa, okay.
Whoa, exactly. I need another one. So anyway,
sorry, folks.
Yeah, just I guess clean yourself, and then
I mean, if we can find common ground on one thing about this, I think regardless of anything else, I mean, although we haven't even disagreed.
Do we both agree that we need to clean ourselves?
I was gonna say, dude, all this really shows is fucking, dude, clean and like just be conscious of like what you're doing now. I mean, not necessarily us, but just of what other people are doing or what you're touching and stuff like that too. I mean, that I definitely have noticed that it's not like that I've gone above and beyond, but I've definitely, coming out of the bathroom, have been using the paper towel more than I normally would have.
Oh, really? I always do that.
See,
no matter where I'm at.
See, you know what?
And I have for a long time.
You know what?
Get the paper. I try to.
I'm a shirt guy. I was always kind of a shirt guy.
No, I get the paper towels.
But
I hold the door open with my foot and I try to make the shot.
Always. I know exactly what you mean.
Right.
I know. I mean, I've always tried to do more, but there's definitely been times I've had to use the door. I mean, I'm out a lot too. Well, you are too, but I think maybe you're at the house is a little bit better. But like, I'm in some areas. But I try to always. But like lately, even spots that I didn't before, because I knew like in my office it's pretty mellow, but like even in the office lately, I'm like, a little bit more. So I mean, that's all I could say.
So are they getting after you since you're like a little Chinese?
No, I mean, because mostly, I mean, nobody. Well, because I'm Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
It's mostly Hawaiian. I mean,
okay.
so
I didn't know. I just thought it was like Lee.
Well, no, actually, if you look at the last name Lee, Lee, it's actually Irish. So it means
anyway.
Lee. But anyway,
I just was kind of
trying to make your bad joke. I know you're racist. Throw your racist joke out there. Yeah, I know.
That's right, but we still need to find common ground.
Yeah, well, we didn't find common ground on that one. But
oh, come on.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, like, if anything, it tells your ass, fucking clean up, dude. Just fucking clean your shit.
Yeah, clean up, for
I mean,
sure.
I think if that's anything that's going on, I mean, and it's in the air already and stuff like that. So you just need to fucking be smart. And I
On
think
planes.
somebody else was pointing out good things though. Is try to be healthy, exercise, eat.
Planes, cruise ships, forget it.
Well, I mean, planes, you still, if you can get off of it. The problem's not going to be the plane. It's going to be the quarantines coming up soon. I mean, they're going to be blocking stuff here right now. It's happening
they have
as we
been
speak.
already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, it's not necessarily you're going to get anything. Might be completely 100% fine. It's just, will you be able to move around as freely before as you did? And that might be the part that's going to be hard. But I mean, dude, Coachella's done. Austin.
So the interesting that you bring up Coachella
Sure.
and coronavirus, and so what do you think about hippies?
Free spirit, drugs, fucking Birkenstocks.
Yeah. So do you think,
kind of remind me of hippies sometimes?
So do you think that hippies may contribute to the spread of the coronavirus?
Ooh, good question. Now, okay, because I don't want to answer your question with a question. I think anybody that's not fair because that's not answering the question. I think,
it is, though.
But no, hold on. I think anyone that's maybe hippie as a person, no. Do a hippie party maybe? Sure.
A hippie party would contribute to the spread of the coronavirus.
But I would think any party to be on. That's what I was gonna say. Like an EDM party, a country party. People are passing beer. Dude, a college frat party. Do you ever see beer pong? Do you know what fucking beer? Those fuckers throw fucking balls back and forth and drink that crap, dude. Like I never got into that game. So,
I didn't. I've never played it.
But I would, to be honest, I think probably I'd see it more at a college frat party spreading than a hippie area. But I think, I mean.
Oh, really? So.
But it depends when you say hippie, though. That's such a broad question because.
Well, I know. I kind of just wanted to know.
It's kind of a trick question, because
hippies.
Because I don't
in general against like
if they were at Woodstock, I could say yes. If it was that
just muddy and dirty
and just we're just passing weed and passing drugs and passing
saliva.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking the beer thing too. Though it's like at a like a frat party, they're just sharing, drinking and whatever, and fucking passing shit and people are grabbing whatever. And that's what I was thinking more in that terms.
Okay, I understand that.
But hippie in general, no, because I think that's just like saying a skateboarder or a fucking jock or anybody else. I guess if they party hard, dude, you can. That's. It goes back to what we were talking about, though. Good hygiene.
Right.
Because we definitely know, maybe you don't, but I definitely know clean and dirty hippies. Just like I know people that aren't hippies that are clean and dirty people, too.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about, and it doesn't even have anything to do with hippies. It has to do
hygiene,
with when
man.
you're traveling. Yes. So there is a difference between being on the road dirty, but you still brush your teeth.
Oh, damn! It's the skateboarder that traveled. You do bird baths in restrooms. You know what I mean? Like you will make attempts whenever you can.
And then there is
the dirt ball that just doesn't fucking do shit, dude.
The total dirt ball.
Yeah.
And I realized,
to stink, dude.
Yeah, I realized, man, I don't know how old I was. I was probably, I was early 20s, and I went to the very first Laguna Seca concert.
Oh, okay, yeah, by Monterey, yeah.
Yes, at the Laguna
racetrack.
Seca Raceway.
Yeah.
And it was the very first one that they did there.
Okay.
Blues Traveler, 10,000 Maniacs.
Oh, it was a show, not a race. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
No, this was the very first. Now they have like Laguna Seca every year.
Okay, because I know of it as a racetrack. I didn't realize you. Okay, so it's a concert they do at the Laguna Seca concert. Okay.
Like festival.
Gotcha.
3-day festival with camping and the whole bit, right?
Okay.
So anyway, when I realized that was like, this is not me, was at that show, and I don't remember the bands that play. I remember seeing Allman Brothers. Allman Brothers might have been the closing act. But anyway, I'm walking back to my area after the concert, and you get to walk across the raceway and kind of go out through the deal, whatever, up onto the lawn area where everybody's camping out.
Okay.
But right in the middle of the road, and like on the raceway, right? This dude with gnarly dreadlocks, and he just looked dirty. Like, he looked dirty. Because, you know, there's clean dreadlocks.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's clean dreadlocks, and then there's homeless dreadlocks.
Dude,
You know what I
this
mean?
guy was like the homeless dreadlocks, in rags, standing in the middle of the raceway, going, yeah! And pissing in the middle of the raceway. And I just went, I'm not that. Right? Like, this is not what I am. I like the lights. I like the...
You like the environment.
I like the environment.
But not that part of the environment.
But I'm not one of those people that doesn't give a damn about anything to the point where I've been dirty for so long I look dirty and then I'm going to piss in the middle of the road style. You know? And you kind of you see that around.
Yeah. And you kind of made a good point. You made a good point a second ago that there's a difference between dreads. Because there's definitely people that have clean dreads, cleaner than all of us in suit and tie and have rock dreads, which is definitely different than a fucking homeless guy that's just mad at shit to let his shit go to hell. And but you're right, they can be in certain environments that they're to the naked eye, it all looks the fucking same. You know what I mean?
It was just I witnessed that firsthand, and that was when I knew, like, no, this is not the path I'm going to go down.
Yeah,
right?
I think I learned that the first time when I was a little kid going to LA and I saw somebody just walking in the middle of the street and shit, dude. I think that definitely...
Same thing.
Yeah, no, I got you, man. I feel you, dude. I feel you. Yeah, the concert one's a little weird because you figure people pay to get in there, so that might make it a little bit different.
The whole thing was just odd, you know? I mean, everybody had a great time.
But there's always somebody that takes it that far.
I'm sure he had a great time too. And it's not like I've never been an idiot, but I've never been dirty like that on purpose. And that dude was dirty on purpose. There was no... You couldn't have taken care of your person.
Hey man, hey. Maybe he just hiked there, and he had to crawl through mud to get there.
No, dude.
That's why his hair got dreaded out.
There's a difference, and I know.
Maybe 3 days ago he's an office guy, suit and tie.
I know about being on the road and being dirty.
Me too.
Because you're dirty.
No, me too.
Right, but you still brush your teeth at least twice a day, right? At least when you get up and when you go to sleep.
Well, and if you're traveling, bring lots of socks and boxers, man. Those are the key. You can rock your pants a couple times. That's fine. Yeah. Maybe a t-shirt, but boxers and socks.
Depending on how sweaty you get. With
always bring extra, dude. That's what I pack the most of, dude.
Boxers?
Boxers and socks, dude. As a skateboarder, dude. Well, I mean, if you're a skateboarder, you might go through 3 pairs in one day. Think about it. You might skate the first day, right? Then you might chill out, relax. Maybe you end up skating again. Then you're like, wet socks. And then maybe you guys go out. Yeah. But normally it's 2 pairs per day because it's skate all day, take shower, clean up, and then go out when you're on the road. Right. So, yeah, and boxers, dude, that's key. Because, dude, I'm telling you, you can get away with pants, man, like, if you're not skating in them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you get your chill pants. You can rock those.
You have the ones that you can fall down in, and
then you get your skate pants. That's you know what I'm saying. Those are 2 separate worlds, but boxers, socks, guys, mandatory.
Right on. Well, you know what? We've gone on quite a bit about some different stuff.
This has been a really fun episode, actually. I mean, I think we definitely kind of wrapped it around to kind of where we started from the beginning of talking about this virus to going. We definitely agree. Just clean your shit, man. Clean.
Exactly.
Keep yourself.
Wash your hands with soap. You know, I mean, don't make me tell you 50 times like I have to tell my daughter. Come on.
That's true. And also, like, I mean, I was listening to a guy today on Rogan. It's just try to exercise, eat healthy, man. Like, try to build up your own natural immune systems to fight stuff like this. And you're right. And try not to fight. My daughter did so funny, my 3-year-old. You go, dude, we got to get the lotion. She goes, yuck. Yuck. And she totally goes like yuck. But yeah, no, I think this is a great episode. I think I want to thank you for having us over here to do this because this is awesome, my friend. So I think, why don't we call it a night tonight? Episode 4.
Episode 4. Hey, and don't
this weekend interview.
This weekend
we
coming
should have
up.
An interview.
We're looking to get our
special guest,
and we hope to do that every other weekend. So if you appreciate this, please like,
hit the
follow,
little button up top,
subscribe, share, and Sonny, and yeah,
I got
you know,
I got
we'd appreciate it.
We would. And
have a great night.
Thank you, anybody that follows. We love you.